What enjoyed nothing, welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you're new here. So today we are going to be doing a foundation review. So I have the new Makeup Forever Reboot foundation. Reboot foundation. I almost said robot. My gosh, we just finished I Am Robot. Maybe it's stuck in my head. I don't know. But yeah, we are going to be doing a wear test. I am going to let you know my thoughts, all that good stuff, if it's worth the $39 and check-ins and all that good stuff. So if you are interested, I will do at least a 10-hour wear test for sure. And let's go ahead and hop into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and jump in. While you're at it, hit the like button because I would appreciate it. Okay. I did want to mention real quick, I am on the normal-ish skin spectrum. I get little dry patches, but I don't really have dry skin anymore. So I would say my skin is more normal than anything else until the summer, and then I'm always like, is my skin oily or am I just sweating all the time? I think it's just sweating all the time, which I'm like, what is the difference between the way people describe oily and sweat, you know? Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the demo portion. Alrighty, so let's read a little bit about this foundation. So it said it is a skin revitalizing foundation that adds a radiant satin finish while hydrating, smoothing, firming the skin for up to 24 hours. That is a long time. So it says coverage is light, finish is satin, liquid formulation, and it says it's for normal to dry, which I appreciate that they put a skin type on there. I feel like a lot of foundations try to do the whole everything fits all. So I appreciate that they were honest in saying it was for normal to dry skin rather than being like, it's good for all skin, you know, because I feel like a lot of companies do that when coming out with foundations or just anything in general. And I'm like, no, I'm glad that they just said that. So hopefully, obviously, I hope they come out with other versions that are for oily skin, but I appreciate the honesty. So, highlighted ingredients. Ginseng supports natural collagen. Camellia something helps to support skin's natural glow. Mondo grass, never heard of that one. That's a new one. Helps to support the skin's protective barrier. So what else you need to know? This foundation is ideal for normal to dry skin types and nurtures tired-looking skin over time by reducing the appearance of wrinkles, increasing hydration for 24 hours. Your skin will appear plumper and smoother, while radiant satin finish leaves the complexion looking flawless. The shade I got is Y365, which is desert. It's for, I don't know if I like that. Like, I never want to be described as my skin as being like desert. I don't think it's dessert. It's just desert. So for mediums, I'm going to say dessert because that sounds better. I would like my face to look like a dessert compared to the desert. For medium skin with slightly golden undertones. So it is $39. You get 1.01 ounces. So a good amount of foundation. It's falling into the same category price-wise as most of the foundations that have been coming out, so I don't feel like it's overpriced. And I mean, I know that we just did the Bite Beauty one a few weeks ago, and the reason why I said that I didn't think that was worth $39 was more because I was like, they are a new company coming out with, not new company, but like that was their first complexion product, where Makeup Forever has been around for the ages. So I feel like I'm more willing to trust that price point on them. Anyways, let's go ahead and put this on my face. I did what I usually do. I always get a sample of foundation and try it out for a few days. Like most Sephora's, unless you get a stingy, you know, employee, most of them fill it up quite a bit. So I can at least get 3 or 4 wear tests out of this. Yeah, like they filled it up all the way to the top. So this is just how I do foundation now, like in terms of reviews, because foundation is the one thing where like eyeshadows, they expire, I'm not so like, oh my gosh, I really need to get rid of this. Foundation, primers, anything that's gonna go on the main surface of my skin, I am generally like, no. Like I need that to, like I can't have too many open at once. So I'm being much more cautious this year, which is why I'm doing the whole like, let's test it out. Let's see if it's gonna become a staple, because if not, you know, I don't want to waste product. So I'm just gonna dot just a little bit more, and then we will see. I don't really need a whole lot on my head. All right, I'm gonna use my Pro Buffing brush from Sephora to buff this into the skin. I will say though, I'm not really, when I'm looking for a foundation, I obviously want it to be good for my skin. I'm like trying to tell if this is fragranced or not. But things that make skincare claims, I kind of think of it the same way that I would like an SPF. Like I don't, you know, I would never tell someone, oh, you want better skin, go buy out this foundation, because you have to wear it over time. And I don't wear foundation every day, so I'm not going to get the skin benefits from this, right? It's the same thing when like, when you're, like when a company says like SPF, I totally used to believe that. Like in a foundation, I'm like, oh, my skin's protected. And then I saw how much foundation you're supposed to use to get that amount of like SPF coverage. And I'm like, well, that's just never going to happen. So although I don't think it's harmful or bad, I just don't, it's definitely not something I look for. Like I know like a lot of people are loving like the Ula Henderson brightening primer. And I'm like, if I'm not going to use it every day or at least a few times a week, like it's not worth those benefits to be like, oh, I'm paying for it because it's more of a skincare item. I'd rather just get it from skincare products and how I apply my skincare in the morning compared to like actual makeup products with skincare in them. And I'm going to be doing a few skincare videos this week. Not that I am an expert at all, but you guys said you would want to see it. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys want to know though. Man, I am all about the scrunchies lately. I'm just like, woo, scrunchies are amazing. Like my mom bought us all a whole bunch and I'm like, I'm never going to use these. Now I'm like, I use it every day because I can find them. They don't grow legs and run out of the room like rubber bands do. Okay, so I can already tell with one layer, like this is still nice coverage. Like I will put on a little bit more just to see, but I feel like this isn't like as light as like when something says it's light. Like I can still see my skin through it, but I feel like I got more coverage than I thought I was going to get, which I'm very, very happy about. So I'm going to turn down the lighting. And this is one coat, so you guys can see like I can definitely still see my skin peeking through, but I still feel pretty. Like it's not bad. It's like what I'm thinking is more on terms of like this reminding me off the bat of the Pat McGrath foundation, I would say, which I absolutely love. So, and these are much cheaper. All right, I'm gonna put on a second coat just to see if it is buildable at all. I would much rather something say it's light than to say it's like light medium and then you never get the medium, you know? So I'm like, honesty is important. And I'm liking that at least they are honest about a lot of things in this, like just the descriptions of it. So I appreciate that as a consumer. But I feel like this is going to be a good summer foundation because I realize that I go a lot lighter coverage in the summer. So I'm just waiting to see because I like a pretty, if I'm going to go around this route, then I like it to be a little dewy. So we will see what happens. I did prime my face with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I gotta stop talking because I'm like, wah, wah, wah. Okay, so this is with the second layer on. I am really, really liking this. Like, I feel like it was definitely a buildable. Like, I feel like I have a medium coverage on right now. I like the way it looked with the light, but if I need a little extra, especially around my cheek area is where I usually look for extra coverage, where I'm like, I just need a little bit more. But it still does look skin-like. Like, you can definitely still see, like, my little tiny areas, you know, or, like, my freckles, my mole popping through. So, yeah, I will finish my makeup. We will be doing check-ins. I will make sure to do it in sunlight as well. Okay, I'm ready for my close-up. So it has been about an hour. So I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like, everything blended on top and everything went perfectly smoothly. So I really am loving the way that this whole thing is sitting already. Like when I talked about the bite, it took hours for it to sink in, where I feel like this just really looks like skin, but better than my skin, you know? It's always like, I hate when people say that about lips. I'm like, better than you. No, I want a whole new color for my lips. But right now I'm really like, I feel like it's very, I feel young. I feel a little bit younger. You know, like I feel like my skin looks really healthy is what I'm trying to say. So I'm really liking the way it's sitting. Let me turn down the lights. But obviously it's only been an hour, so it's not like I can say anything has, you know, nothing major has happened, you know? So I will do more check-ins in a little bit. But yeah, this is what we are looking like. All right, so it is 6 o'clock. So the sun's going down, but I wanted to do at least one in like natural lighting. So I feel like it's holding up really well. I feel really nice. I do think like I look a little, just not the best through my textured areas, if I'm being completely honest. Like you can't see it in the beauty lights. Like everything else is holding up really, really well on my face. Like even my nose isn't breaking apart yet. So 5 hours right now, but I'm just, I'm liking it. I feel like it's nice. It looks good on my skin. My skin looks same as in terms of like nice and hydrated, but I just ate and I'm like, do I have food anywhere? Maybe a breakage a little bit on like between my eyebrows. We all need to get closer to those though. But yeah, the only thing that I'm not loving is the way it's looking in this area, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like if I'm back here, I don't feel like that as much, but when I'm up close, I'm just like, I don't know about that. But yeah, I will continue to check in with you guys. So I will be back in a few hours. All right, guys, it is 11:02. I'm so ready to like, does anyone else feel like I have to take a shower to take off a full face of makeup? Like I cannot just do it over the sink and get water everywhere. I just don't feel clean, and I'm just like, I'm ready. So, but I try to do at least 10 hours. Please let me know what your average, like what do you guys look for in foundation review? Is it 8 hours? Is it 10 hours? Like, because the way I see it is like, I have a very split schedule at work, but I know that most people go to work for 8 hours and then you're getting home and before work and getting ready. So I try to at least do a 10-hour wear test, but please let me know what the average wear time you're looking for. It says it can last up to 24, which is a huge claim. I cannot do that. But anyways, let's look at this. I always feel like, does anyone else feel like when you start doing something, you get more insecure about it? So I feel like I keep seeing everyone do like the whole like powder hairline thing. And I'm just like, that's just one more thing that I just don't need to be insecure about. Like I have become so much more insecure with YouTube and just seeing people, even just as a viewer, like when everyone's doing all these steps, I'm just like, do I care that much? Like, I don't think so. Like if I start doing it, then I'm going to feel like I have to do it. And I don't know. Okay. I'm going to go off on a random tangent here. But, all right, 10 hours. I feel really nice. Like, I feel like this wore beautifully. Like, yes, I look a little like shiny from back here, you know, but I don't feel like it's bad. Like, I feel like it looks natural. So I'm very, very happy about this. The only little thing I will say is when I get close up, like it didn't break apart anywhere but right here, but I'm gonna be honest, like I did have an itch at one point and I had to scratch it, okay. But I do feel like there's certain areas where I was talking about in the sunlight earlier, like it just kind of emphasized a little. There you go. Now you can see it. But do you see what I mean? It's not bad, right? I mean, that's just my skin. That's just how it is. But I don't love this area. But the rest of my face, I love. So I feel like it looks really nicely. It didn't break apart on my chin. It didn't break apart. Like usually right here, it really starts to separate on my nose. And it did not do that. So I'm very impressed with this foundation. I don't know if that's just, I don't usually see that in terms of like the way it's bringing out texture through my cheeks. Not even that it's really bringing out texture, but you can definitely see it, right? And then I want to go ahead and, now that we've done like the full wear test before I do like my whole outro part, I do want to see if this is going to break me out at all. Like I said, I don't think I've tried Mondo grass in anything. I'm like, what is that? What is that? So I just want to make sure that you guys know that I do update you guys on these foundation tests, and I do wear them before like completely saying like go out and buy it. At this point, I'm like, it wears beautifully, so I don't feel bad recommending, especially a sample. But you know, I was reading the reviews. It's always weird to me that there's already so many reviews on this when it just came out. But you know, people were like, I don't know about skincare claims, and that's how I feel. Like I said in the beginning, I don't believe in skincare and foundation. I have at least 5 that are open right now that I have on rotation, so I'm not going to see the skincare benefits, you know, because if you wear foundation every day and the same exact one, good on you. I'm not judging. It's just not my cup of tea. Like I just don't do that. I try to give my face a break from foundation. Now then, the only part where I'm just like, in terms of the claims, it says after using, your skin will appear plumper and smoother with a radiant satin finish. Leaving. Do I look flawless? It says I'm going to look flawless. But I do feel radiant, okay, so I believe in that claim. I feel a little bit more on the, I wouldn't say oily, I feel healthy, okay? Smoother is the only claim that I just don't know if I feel smoother. Like maybe from back here, I feel smoother. Up close, like I said, I'm like, my skin doesn't look like this without makeup on, you know? So that's my only criticism when it comes to this foundation at this point. Only one. Okay, I got my mirror here because I'm inspecting, okay? Overall thoughts though, I think this is a beautiful foundation. Like I said, I think there's something about the Pat McGrath I love, but it could just be my love for Pat and the packaging. But honestly, like finish wise, I feel like it's very similar. I know a lot of people don't even like Pat McGrath's foundation. I personally do, but I feel like that's also because we're all like $65. So this is a much cheaper alternative. They're $39, but it's around the same like similar effect where I feel like my skin looks glowy. Like it didn't take long for it to like sink in. I was a little worried when I did my check-in in the sun because I felt like it made me look a little porous. I'm looking more like, I don't know if I'm more on the dewy side right now. I feel like I still look healthy glow, but definitely a little more oily side, erring on that one, but I like it. I know some people would not, but I also didn't repowder throughout the day because I never do that. So just be aware, if I powdered, I'm sure it would get rid of all the excess shininess, but I always feel like the shininess is more like I look more natural, like I'm in my natural habitat of sweat. So throughout the day. Anyways, though, I really like it. It didn't break up anywhere, maybe a tiny bit right here, like I was saying in the check-in, but even in it, like, I'll get, you know, I know you guys saw the close-ups and everything, but I'm very impressed that it didn't sink into, like, usually it breaks apart on my nose, all the crevices. So I'm actually really impressed with this foundation. Obviously, if you're going to pick between the two, I feel like $39 compared to the $65, much better pricing. It's just more like, you know, Pat, you get the luxury packaging. I'm not going to lie. I like luxury packaging. It's just how it is. But I will continue to wear this for a few days. I think for the most part, like it was, even though it says light coverage, I feel like this is medium coverage. I don't feel like this is light. Like, yes, I can see my skin peeking through for sure. Like it didn't cover every freckle and pimple, let's be honest here. But I actually really like the way that this sits well. And you guys know, like for bite, it took all day for it to look somewhat more like melted in with my skin. So I already like it way more than that, and they're the same price. So I would say if you're looking for a light to medium coverage foundation, then you would probably be happy with this. I always recommend trying a sample, always, just because, you know, shade-wise, if you have some type of reaction, just to know that you're not wasting money. I also try to do it that way I don't buy a product and return a product if it doesn't work for me. Anything I can get a sample of first, I'm like, give me a sample, okay? And like the shade match, I did a good job. I'm just saying. But anyways, if you're looking into this, I'd say I would get this probably not right now just because I have enough foundations open. But I think in the future, like, would I buy this on like Sephora VIP? That's when I buy my foundations, in case you didn't know. I always wait for a sale. I would totally buy this because it would jump the price down to like $30. So my thing is there's not a lot of foundations where if you have good ones in your collection, why go out and spend more money? Because they go bad, you know? So for me, I'm just like, I'm not willing to pay that price right this second, even though I really, really like it. And so yeah, I'm like, I really like it. It's going to go on my wish list. How's that? But yeah, what do you guys think of the foundation? You'll definitely have to let me know. I'm very impressed. Like I said, I don't really have any complaints about it. Other than like in the sun when I was like, oh, is it showing all my pores? But maybe that's just how my face looks in the sun, guys. I don't know. I don't feel like that though. But like even now, I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, I look fine. I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad lighting or the angle. I don't know. I don't know what that was, okay? But I don't feel like I look that porous the rest of the time. Like, not even porous, but just textury. I don't feel like that now, so I don't know about that part. But everything else, I would say this is a big thumbs up for me, for sure. Like I said, I'm really happy in the description, though, that they said it wasn't for oily skin types. Because, yeah, this is how this looks on me, and I don't have oily skin. So I can imagine why this would not work out if you do. But again, if you just want to join the fun and try it out, go get a sample. So that is it for me. Please hit that like video if you like these foundation reviews, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.